Josh Vogel, filming from outside of Balance Studios in Center City, Philadelphia. For this week's Sloth Report White Belt Tips, I wanted to talk about mentality. One of the first things that I teach a lot of my students is no matter who you're rolling with, you want to have a mentality like you are going to make your techniques work. It doesn't matter if you're being defensive or offensive. So if I'm a white belt, I just started rolling, and a black belt passes my guard, gets on top of me in side control, and is pinning me, I want to think the whole time, I'm gonna get out of here, it's just a matter of time, there's nobody that can hold me down. If I'm trying to pass a black belt's guard, my job is to think, I'm going to pass this guard, there's nothing he can do to stop me. And sometimes an easier way to do this is to think about everybody that you're rolling with as white belts. And it's not true, not everybody's a white belt, but what happens is when you convince yourself that everybody that you're training with is a white belt, or everybody that you're training with is less experienced than you, even if it's a lie and it's not true at all, you give yourself a mental edge. You don't get in your own way, and that's the whole point of this. So, for example, when I roll with my instructors, Phil and Rick, they beat the shit out of me, and they don't really even have to try that hard. And so, for a while, what was happening was I would slap hands with them to roll, and I would have this feeling like, well, I want to try my new move, but it probably won't work because it's Phil or because it's Rick. And I found that I was getting in my own way. So instead, I started pretending like all the experienced people that I roll with are white belts, or that I'm more experienced than them. And Phil and Rick still beat my ass, but at least I'm not beating my own ass also. And this is advice that I give to white belts. You roll with me, I'm a black belt. I want you to think, I'm going to pass this guy's guard. I'm going to get on top of him in side control. I'm going to mount him, and I'm going to X-choke him. Or I'm going to get out of his mount. I'm going to elbow escape. I'm going to get the half guard. I'm going to get my closed guard back, and I'm going to arm bar him. I don't want you to think, oh, man, it's Josh. I don't know if I can, he's been training for 12 years. I don't think I can beat him. Or he's a black belt. I don't think this move's going to work. I want you to think the opposite. Think, I don't care who this is. Guard is getting past, top side control, Americana. Take the back, sink in the choke. And I don't mean that in like you have to be realistic too. Like, if I'm training with my instructors, Phil and Rick, they've been doing jiu-jitsu for 20 something years, so they're supposed to beat me. And I don't truly expect at this point to be able to smash them. But in the moment when I'm rolling with them, I have to convince myself that I have every opportunity to implement my game plan and make my techniques work. And so the whole point is just to not get in my own way when I'm training. And so similarly, when a white belt is rolling with me, or a blue belt, or a purple belt, or a brown belt, or another black belt, I want them to think, I'm gonna smash this guy, fuck this nerd, I'm gonna smash him and pass his guard. Not really like that, but you guys get what I'm saying. I'm gonna pass this guard, get on top of side control, and control him from there. And if you don't, then, alright, well, I'm a white belt, Josh has been training for 12 years. Realistically, he should be able to pin me or sweep me or do whatever. But in the moment, you can't think like that. Afterwards, be a little bit easier on yourself, and don't be like, oh man, I've been training for 6 months. I can't believe that 12-year black belt swept me. Like, that's not a healthy way to think either. But the whole point is just be confident, believe that there's nothing that can be done to stop your moves. Nobody can stop you. And then always pay attention to how people do stop you, if they do. But in the moment, believe in yourself, and then afterwards, you can be realistic all you want. You can figure things out and solve problems, and understand that more experienced people are going to smash you. But in the moment, just go for it. Don't hesitate, because what happens is You think, oh man, it's Phil, it's Rick, it's Marcelo Garcia, it's Roger Gracie, I want to try and pass the guard, but they're probably going to sweep me. Then what happens is, even if there's that brief opportunity for you to pass their guard, you second guess yourself and you hesitate and you don't go for the move, and then you fail because you got in your own way. Those guys are so good that you might not, even on your best day with the best mentality, be able to make it work, but at least you won't hesitate, at least you won't get in your own way. Give it a shot. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section on this YouTube video. Thanks.